What's up, y'all? We are back again with another episode of the Young and Dumb Show. We have a lot of goats on the show, a lot of major people, a lot of people are upcoming, a lot of just different people, different conversations, and we're back again. And today I have the honor to have Miss Noelle Dash. Introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, my name is Noelle. You introduced me as Noelle Dash, but my name is Noelle Mixson. I am now currently an esthetician student, a senior aesthetic student. So I, by the end of the year, I will be a licensed esthetician. I'm also a business owner of By Ellie Skin, which started out as a skincare company, a natural organic skincare company. But of course, I'm learning so many new things about the industry and the cosmetic industry. So switching it up. I'm like changing from a product-based company to a service-based company.
So what caused the change? Like,
what caused the change? I would say my desire to know more. Because I have like a lot. I have over 700 customers from just an online business, and sometimes they would ask me about advice on their skin, and I felt like I just wasn't qualified to give them that advice. So I was like, you know what, let me take the proper steps, take the right steps to get the education I needed to help them and become of more value to my customers and turn them into my clients.
That's interesting. So what made you want to do the work yourself? Because, some other people would be like, oh, let me partner with somebody who's an esthetician, or let me, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So what made you want to get into it yourself?
I wanted to get into it myself because, like I said, I wanted to be of more value to my customers. I wanted to be that person because they trust me, and I could be the face, but I really just wanted to know. I wanted to know more myself. That's the type of person I am. I want education.
So what's the process of getting into esthetician school? What exactly do you learn? And I know there's a difference between like an esthetician with an A and an esthetician with an E.
Actually, there's no difference. Oh. It's spelled differently, but it's literally the same thing. It means the same thing. That's one of the things that you do learn in school. It's whatever you want to do. If you want to spell it with an A, you can. If you want to spell it with an E, you can. Wow. Some people think with the A, it's more professional looking, but it's really whatever you want to do. But it's the same exact thing.
How you spell it?
I spell it with an E because I'm regular. Like, I'm not trying to do too much.
All right. So what exactly do you learn in there?
Well, the process of going to. So the funny part about it was, I am such an indecisive person that the school that I go to now, I visited this school in 2019 when I first opened up my business, when I first started it, and I just never went. Mm-hmm. And here we are. What is this? 2020, 2020. 3 years later, I decided to actually go. Mm-hmm. So it was a really simple process to go to esthetician school. All you have to do is literally have a high school diploma, and you can go. You don't need anything else and some money.
What's that investment looking like?
So my school is one of the more affordable schools. It was $11,000 for tuition, and they also do offer financial aid, but unfortunately my mom makes too much money. So I think you cannot be like you have to be a dependent until like 26 or something like that. So I wasn't even able to file myself. I had to go through my mom, and I got literally nothing. So I had to pay out of pocket. It's about I did a loan, and then it's like $1,300 a month. So
that's cool. I didn't even know that. Yeah, I didn't know that they offer loans for stuff like that. So
yeah,
usually it seemed like college is the only way to go when it comes to like.
I'm not sure about other states, but I know for New York City, when you go to like a trade school, you can do financial aid, you can do subsidized loans, you can do stuff like that.
All right, so. Now, what would you say is the purpose of going to esthetician school? Because you know how like some people, they know how to do hair, but they never go to school. They know how to.
Let me tell you. Yeah. I can answer that off the bat.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you what we learned too. I'm not gonna give it all away.
No, give it all away.
Okay. So what we learned in aesthetics program, it's a 600-hour course for New York State. It's different for every state. Like for example, in Florida, if you go to Miami, you only have to do 300 hours, which is kind of weird, but it's a 600-hour program, and you learn sanitation, which is number one. Infection control, it's like the first thing you learn. It's my favorite chapter in aesthetics because it's like so many things that we do, especially us women, nails, lashes, waxing. It's so many things that we do that we don't even know that the person that is performing these services on us has no background in sanitization. They have no background in infection control, and that's how things are spread. So some of the things that you do learn is like about like double dipping when you're waxing.
Oh, so
you go to the when you go to the nail salon and you get your eyebrows waxed. Those people, they don't. I'm not, gonna.
Yeah, I tell them, new stick. They be like, new stick, mommy, new stick.
They do not. And then think about it. They're not double dipping with you. You had to tell them. So imagine the 1 million people that came in before you that's using that same contaminated wax. So things like that you learn, even with the nail techs, because that's a part of aesthetics too. Some schools do cover that. My school doesn't. But you learn about infection control. You learn about how to properly sanitize things. And I think that's the most important part of going to school and becoming licensed. Because like you said, a lot of people know how to do hair, but they don't know that you're not supposed to use the same comb on the same client. Or you ever had somebody drop the comb and pick it up and put it back in your head. It's like little things like that that you really have to really, really, really take into consideration and be careful about.
Okay, so now what does the hours look like? So you said 600 hours, but what's the breakdown of that? What's the
yeah, so I also that's another reason why I picked the school that I go to. And can I shout my school out?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I go to the Atelier Esthétique Institute of Aesthetics, which is located in Manhattan. And I really like them because they're really flexible with you. They have different courses, they have different like tracks. So I picked the part-time morning. So they have part-time morning, they have part-time night, they have weekends, they have full-time, whatever works with your schedule. And I picked this one because I do have to work right now to, continue comfortably paying for school. So I work in the evenings, and I do go to school from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. So I have my Saturdays, Sundays at work, but it's off kind of.
So all right, so we talked about the money investment, but now the time investment. So you say you go to school from 9 to 2. Now you work from...
I work from, it depends, different days. Like on certain days, I might work from like 4 to 8. Some on the weekends, I'll do my full time 11 to 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like right now, but I feel like the time investment is not too bad because it's only for 6 months. You get what I'm saying? It's not like this is something that you're going to be in forever. It's like, minor sacrifice.
Okay, so while you're in school, you still have the business running, the online business?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, and what do you sell online and how? And talk to us about e-commerce, because you're not about to sit here act humble like you're not the e-commerce queen and you're just putting everybody on. So break that down.
What do I sell? That's another thing too. It was kind of weird because I did stop selling things that I used to sell because of what I learned in school. And that's, the reason why I went. So, before I started school, I did sell bar soaps, body butters, body scrubs, face masks. And, this was all just from research. This is all from research, put in the time. And it's so funny because a friend of mine, who I know that went to aesthetic school, I took her textbook. This is before I went to school. I took her textbook and I read it because I just wanted to know more about it. But that's what I used to sell before. And then after that, I properly informed the customers on how to use certain things, but I don't do the body scrubs anymore because I don't feel like it's the cleanest thing to do. And I'm just not into that anymore. Like I'd rather retail. That's another thing that you do learn in aesthetic school as well. You learn how to retail professional aesthetic grade products. So I do still have the body soaps. I do, but I don't advise anybody to use them on their face. I do still have the body butters.
Question real quick. So why can't people why can't people use like a soap that's a body scrub on their face? Like what's different?
Okay, because the skin on your face is much different than the skin on your body. It's much more delicate, it's more fragile than the skin on your body. Hence, they make body wash and then they make face wash. Because you can, I'm pretty sure a lot of people do it, but it's not advised. It's not good for you. It's not something that you should be doing. And that's something that I learned as well, which I want my customers to take into consideration. You're not supposed to use the same thing that you use on your body for your face.
And what about some people who feel like I just put water on my face? Is that healthy?
I'm not a problematic person. Duah works for you. Duah works for you.
No, but look. Because remember, my mom used to sell the products, right? So when people used to stop at the flea markets and be like, I'll be like, oh, you got good skin, this will help enhance your skin too, right? Add this to your routine. And I ask them, what's your routine? They say, I just put water on my face, right? So I'm like, well, that's just like washing your hands with just water. Would you just wash your hands with just water? No.
I can tell you right now that if you're just using water on your face, you're not getting rid of any bacteria because like you said.
And then you got people kissing you. Nah.
Right, exactly. You're not getting rid of anything with just plain old water. Even though when I was younger, my dad used to tell me to wash your face, all you need is hot water and a rag. Listen, that was my dad. Like, but it's really up to you though. Mm-hmm. It's what works for you. I'm not gonna sit here and, I don't want to help anybody that doesn't want help. Yeah, if you want the help, I'll help you. But if you don't want it, I'm not about to argue somebody down about how to wash your face.
And that's on period.
Like, God.
All right, so now let's get into the e-commerce side, right? Right. So, you sell your products online. How can people start an online business? Like, walk us through that process, because I know
what's so funny? I have a lot of classmates that are older than me, and older people, they always act like they're not fluent in the computer. They act like they don't know how to use technology. So I walk them through like Canva. I walk them through how to market their businesses, how to, start making some money like on the side. Mm-hmm. So for e-commerce, it's 100% easy to start up. Like it's so easy. What is e-commerce? Mm-hmm. E-commerce is just selling things online. It's running an online business in the like simplest terms. Mm-hmm. Selling things online. You can sell anything. Like, you can sell water to a well. Anything in this world you can sell, especially online, because you have access to everyone. And that's why I feel like e-commerce is so important to learn or to have it under your belt, at least because you have a connection. Like, people don't understand the internet, social media, you are connected to every last person on this earth. Mm-hmm. And like back in the days, you weren't able to just, find somebody in another state. And I want to talk about also social media too, but you're not able to just, find somebody in another state and just sell them something just off of what you posted. So it's really something good to learn. So yeah, buying and selling things online.
All right. So now the breakdown.
How to get into it, or like how do you
everything. So if I'm a third grader and I got a product and I'm like, yo, Noelle, I want to sell the same way when I said, yo, he has a book. He wants to sell a book, and talk about also like ebooks and how.
Okay, great. So I'm gonna talk about how you can sell things that you already made and how you can sell things that you've never touched before.
All right, give us a drop. Let's go.
So first, if you do have a product that you want to sell, I would recommend, for starters, I can shout out the company, right? Mm-hmm. Shopify. Mm-hmm. I'm 100%, and I've tried other website building as well, but I do like Shopify the most. Right, Shopify is the best for beginners, and you get a free trial too. That's a little thing to throw in there. You get a free trial so you can start making money before you even pay them. But Shopify is very beginner friendly because they give you templates, number one. So if you're someone who's not really good with graphic design, you have a literal template, and all you have to do is edit that template and put in your own information. It doesn't get any easier than that. And then also it's perfect for goods. Like, there's different websites for different things. Some websites are better for like blogging, and some are better for selling products or services. I would recommend Shopify 100% for that. And then they walk you through setting up your website as well. Like, I can't even really sit here and break it down step by step because I just learned by just reading. Like, if you can read, you can navigate through Shopify. And they also have a lot of help as far as like, marketing tools, and they have like a lot of videos. Like, if you go to your home dashboard, you're gonna see like a video on how you can do this and how you can do that. Like, they're always looking to help, and they have a lot of free help and resources. So I do recommend Shopify. It's easy to navigate as well, and they also break down your analytics. So if y'all don't know what that means, analytics is like, how many people are coming to your site, where they're coming from. It's telling you like what social media or what source is driving the most people to your site. So if you're getting 100 clicks a day from Instagram, you better keep posting on Instagram. Like, where your traffic is coming from. They're also telling you where in the world. So where, if you want to run an ad and they're telling you there's 50 people on your site from Canada, you run your ads and put them for people in Canada. Like,
yeah,
there's certain things like that they help you with that are like the average person probably doesn't know about.
Okay, so now with let's say I create a book, right? So
right.
How did you help me with my book? So tell
So I helped with your book because another skill that I feel like everybody should know is how to use Canva. That's number one. So first, if you want to get into something Shopify, number two is Canva. Canva also, and not everybody is easy at navigating things like that, making things like that. But if you can watch a YouTube video on how to use Canva, I recommend it because Canva is like God.
Nah.
Like
Nah.
like Canva, you can make anything. I'm talking about down to social media posts. You can make pictures. You can edit pictures. You can make a book. Like you can literally make an ebook on Canva.
My book, if you bought my book, my whole book was made on Canva.
Literally, I made the book on Canva, and it's crazy because it's something that you could have did. Mm-hmm. You could have did it, yeah, but it's like if you have the eye, and you know how to make colors go together, you know how to make words go together, you know how to decorate things. You can use Canva to create whatever you want and you can sell it. And Canva also, it's a free app, but to get the perks of it, you do have to pay for it. I do pay for things that I feel like are worth it. So I have my monthly subscription for Canva because I feel like that's worth it. And also for Shopify, it's very cheap. I didn't mention that. I meant to say that. It's about $30 a month, I think. Yeah. For like the first package, and that's the first basic thing. You get so many things. You get like free marketing. You get like 10,000 free emails a month. Yeah. And that's a good way to capture your customers and keep them, locked in with you.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Do you think Canva is better than Adobe?
I really want to know how to use it, but I just can't get it. I think that's something like, I know I'm not against, because everybody got to make their money, but I would take an Adobe class because I don't get it. I don't get it. I want to learn how to use all of their software, but I just don't understand. Canva works for me. You got to do what works for you. Canva works for me. Like, it works for me really well. Like, everybody always talks to me about my marketing and my pictures and my posts. That's one thing people really do compliment me on. So,
yeah. Every time I see, I was like, every time anything is about e-commerce or anything, websites, I'll be like, Noelle, you still know how to do this?
Yes, you still and I really, and I have fun doing it too. Like, I really have fun doing it. People really ask me about that. Yeah. Also, so now,
I'm going to tell you that website money. You built for that guy, he makes 6 figures. Oh, maybe. Yeah. Get your check. Get your check. He making 6 figures, bro. I just saw him the other day at a musical. He was making 6 figures. He was like,
musical.
Yeah, he's making 6 figures. His book, and he's creating a whole another piece of work off of the book. Like, that's what I'm telling you. Like, this whole thing, like, it blows my mind. Like, I feel like if you know how to work the e-commerce part, because at the end of the day,
if you're good at something, you just gotta learn how to capitalize off of it. I didn't.
Nah, but you gotta understand though. He used you as a testimonial. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did something for me, and like how many people I'd be like, Noelle knows how to do this. Yeah, this is her Instagram. That's like,
what I want to do too. This might kind of be off topic, but like, I really want to get into the habit. Like, and I really feel like I could learn this from you, but I want to get more into word of mouth. Like, I feel like I've not mastered, because you can always get better at something, but I just feel like I'm really good with social media, but I want to master word of mouth so that you don't have, because sometimes it gets tedious having to post every single day. It gets annoying, but I want to master word of mouth to where I don't have to post for weeks or months and people are still like, I know where to go for that.
So you want to master like people talking about you? Or you just,
whatever you do, like whatever I do, whatever, like whether it be my products, whether it be my services, whether it be any skills that I have that I can provide for them, I want to get more into building relationships to where people are gonna recommend me.
So this is what I will tell you, right? So when it comes to word of mouth, if you do something great, not just like average, when you do something great, people gonna talk about it. Like, you did something great, so, and I know you know how to do it, I'm gonna put you on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not going on my way to find anybody else who does Canva or who does website building, anything. If I know that you know how to do it and you've done it great, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put everybody on to you and bring you business. Right? Same way, I'll give you another example. When I go into the schools and I'm teaching, people see that I did a great job. They're like, okay, I'm gonna put you onto this school, and this school. That's all that, like, literally. one of my biggest deals I ever had in the school came from word of mouth. It didn't come from social media, and social media just backs what you do, because when I tell somebody, oh, Noelle
did
your
digital business card, they want to go look at your work. And see
they on social media, they got a website, and that goes into what the importance of having different options for people. Some people don't have social media where they're gonna go check your social media.
Right.
Some people need to see your website. Mm-hmm. Some people need to check that.
And I feel like stuff like that seems so old school, but it's so necessary. Like building your portfolio. You might not think you need it, but you might need it.
Yeah, and I also like to say, like, the way I'm thinking about my business now, in a way, is like mirroring my business as like a multi-billion-dollar corporation, right? So what is a multi-billion-dollar corporation gonna have? They're gonna have no matter how big, nobody gotta say, let me go check McDonald's website. But McDonald's got a website. You get what I'm saying?
I didn't even know McDonald's had a website.
Bro, they all have websites.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, what makes, if that's what you're going for, you gotta do what you're going for is doing, right? You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, put yourself out there in all different avenues. Like, and this even go for myself as well, because like I have a financial literacy game, and I only made it digitally. Right. And at first I was like, nah, digital is the thing. Like, everybody loves digital stuff. But I'm like, nah, I still got to make cards, like actual physical cards, because people are going to want that. Right. It may not be everybody, but at least I have some stuff for people who like physical things and people who like digital things. Right. You know what I'm saying? So always want to do things great. And then you always want to continue to mirror yourself as who you're trying to become.
Right.
Because you'll get there. So now we gonna you guys,
e-commerce.
Yeah.
Okay, so drop shipping.
What's drop shipping?
Drop shipping is where you can provide a product to a consumer without actually having to have the product on hand. So there's going to be three parties. There's going to be the manufacturer, there's going to be you, and then there's going to be the customer. So I wish I could have like a little diagram, but I'm gonna explain it the best I can. So you are going to be the person who is marketing the product, and then once the consumer buys the product, it's gonna come straight from the manufacturer to the customer, like straight to their hands. You don't ever have to touch it. You don't have to worry about any stock. You don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about making anything. You just sell it. All you gotta do is sell it. So but yeah, so drop shipping is really cool and amazing because you don't have to have money to start up. And I think that's my favorite part about certain things, is like, that was genius. Like, even with the ebooks, you don't have to have a lot of money to create an ebook to sell it. You just have to have the skill set to make people see the value in it. So that doesn't even require much skill, honestly. Yeah. But yeah, you don't need any money to start up. So let's say if you want to sell t-shirts, there are different vendors where you can design a t-shirt online. You might can buy one for yourself to test it out. You always want to test something out before you do sell it. But once you do test out that product, you can go ahead and, sell it. And it's like you're profiting without having to put up an overhead fee, which is really cool.
So what's the cons of drop shipping? Like, why do people choose to not do it?
To be honest, I would say the only con of drop shipping would be the product, if like the quality. Sometimes you don't know the quality of the product. That's why I recommend testing out whatever you're going to sell. And that is going to be something small that you will have to spend your money on, but you got to test it out first. Anything that you do, that would be the only con if you ask me, because there's really no cons to drop shipping. Like, you're literally, that money is coming straight to you. You pay a little portion to the manufacturer, and then whatever you retail it for is going to be whatever you profit, and then you don't have to worry about anything, really. So just making sure it gets there, too.
So what's some drop shipping, like, sites? Like, how do I get started drop shipping?
Depending on what you want to do, a good broad one is like AliExpress, Alibaba. You can actually connect that to your Shopify site. You can connect. Shopify has apps. So, like, let's say you want to do pins, right? And AliExpress has the pin that you want to sell. You can go ahead and you can put that pin for sale on your Shopify site, and then it's like automatically connected, where you can just go ahead and press order, and then the AliExpress person will send it straight to the customer. And actually, to go back to what you said about what would be the con. The only con, which is not really a con, but it kind of is a con, is that you won't be able to, depending on what you sell, you won't be able to label it. So it's not like gonna say financial revolution on your pin. And usually most manufacturers make you buy like 1,000 of them in order to do private labeling, but if not, it's okay. It's a black pen and it works and they like it, so they're gonna keep buying it from you.
Makes sense. All right, so now, I know you was helping me with drop shipping, and that became something that iMarkets Live is doing. So now we're gonna talk about this. This is a very controversial topic, but this is the Young and Dumb show, so here we talk about a little bit of everything. Yeah. So talk to me. What is iMarkets Live, and can you separate iMarkets Live from Forex? And like
I can do this. I was really good at this last year.
And
it actually feels good. You want to know something so funny? I don't want to say I feel like I lost a lot, but it really became an everyday thing, and it was kind of like a lifestyle. Not, that's crazy. My brainwashed now. I'm just joking. But it really was a lifestyle, and having to change from it is kind of sad. I kind of miss it. I'm not gonna lie. I miss it. I miss being, that Forex girl. But it's okay because I could have still been that. But
all right, so talk to
what
us about
iMarkets Live? It's actually iMaster Academy.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was iMarkets Live.
iMarkets Live was the company before it. Like, it did like a revamp.
Oh yeah, like they.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm playing with you. Yeah. Oh, I'm playing with you.
But iMaster Academy. So what iMaster Academy is? Wow, I'm having fun. It's an educational company to clear up the confusion and clear up the rumors. Like, what it is really what it is. It is an educational company. I've learned a lot of things from iMaster Academy. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat anything. I've learned a ton of things from them, whether it be marketing, whether it be actual Forex education. But I have learned a lot from iMaster Academy. And there is two sides to the company. So like, it's a multi-level marketing company. It's an MLM or whatever y'all want to call it. But it is a multi-level marketing company. And you don't have to participate in that. That's what I want to clear up too. Like, for everyone who thinks you had to do it, you really don't have to do it. But it's like the person that probably brought you into it made it sound really fun, and it made it sound like you wanted to do it, which is another skill that you learn from that company. Like, you learn how to make shit sound fun. Like, you learn how to make it sound fun. And that was like the goal of everything. But, it's an educational company, and they do provide educational courses on Forex education. They also provide these market scanners that do help you to find your own trades. And then they also have like live courses where you can jump on at any time. It's like a set schedule. I don't even know if it's still the same, but it's like a set schedule. You can just get on live, and you can make your money with the educators, or you can go and do it on your own. Like, nothing was forced.
Okay, so now
nothing was for it.
Now I'm just asking questions that the people will have.
Okay.
You're the
Do people still ask you questions about it?
No, people want to know what happened to Forex. Like the people.
Oh my God, what happened to Forex?
You got it.
But what happened? Nothing happened to Forex. Let me clear that up too. So you said to separate Academy from Forex.
Yeah.
It's just like it just became a trendy word, like weird. Like, you know how weird became a trendy word?
Yeah.
Forex became a trendy word like a year or two ago, and it was just people didn't understand that Forex is just short for foreign exchange. It's just short for the foreign exchange market.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is.
All right, give us the spill. Give us the Forex spill. Give us Forex spill real quick. Go on.
What spill?
How you gonna get the people? Come on.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Okay, that's all it is. It's just short for foreign exchange. That's all it is.
Nah, but real stuff though. Just to clear it up, because there is a major misconception. IML is iMasters Academy. That's the educational platform that teaches you about the foreign exchange market. The foreign exchange market is the actual
But people
market.
just tended to get confused.
Yeah,
they tend to get a lot of confused because it's the way that people talk about it. Yeah. They don't say it properly, so
Yeah. They put Forex and IML like
one. And it's really not. Like, it's just like the stock market. It's not just like the stock market.
It's almost like
it's a market. That's
exactly. If I was to create Financial Revolution Stock Market Academy, right?
That would be
that's not stocks.
An educational platform about stocks.
Exactly.
Not stocks, so.
Exactly. So just to clear that up, that's what it is a complete, it's two different things. One is the educational platform. Forex is an actual market, legit market that people use to trade currencies every single day. It happens every single day. It goes on every single day. Now, oh my God, what happened in Forex? Like the people are not in the DMs. I
don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Still recording?
Yeah. What happened to Forex?
So to be honest, I don't know what exactly happened to. I'm not gonna say trade. I'm not gonna say Forex. I'm gonna say Trade House.
Mm-hmm. What's Trade House?
Trade House was like one of the biggest. I feel like they're gonna attack me when they see this.
They're not gonna attack you. It's okay.
But Trade House was just like the biggest. Well, no, Trade House was like the biggest team. Yeah, it was like the biggest team within I Am Mastery Academy, because with I Am Mastery Academy, there's different groups. You know, once you become in it and then you start getting people on your team, you become a big group. And Trade House was like the biggest group. Why you laughing?
Yeah, biggest group. Okay.
Yeah, Trade House was the biggest group, and
now your voice.
It's like I'm trying to really,
bro, don't sugarcoat nothing.
They gonna eat me up for this. I don't know. Maybe I don't think nobody really cares no more. But yeah, I don't care either.
It's real.
I never cared. But
real stuff.
Yeah, they was the biggest group, and what happened to them? It was just a lot of fishy stuff going on. Mm-hmm. Like, I really don't even know, because it's like everybody was divided in a way. Like the higher ups, they had like their own like secret life. Like, even though I'm not even throwing shade, because I'm cool with them still. Like, I'm cool with a few of them. But they did have a secret life, and they definitely tried to portray an image that was unrealistic. They tried to make it seem like there was like a strict line in between being a business person, having money, and being yourself and having your personality. I do feel like, I'm not gonna say they tried to change people, but they did try to like throw that on you, like don't twerk if you want to make a lot of money. Like, what? Like, or don't, like, they'll, like, I'm gonna be for real, like, they'll be like, don't smoke hookah on your story because your team is seeing that. And y'all know me. So and people, but they would really look at you funny because you want to be yourself. Like, that's just me. And I feel like people don't necessarily buy what you have, they buy you. So
that was
my team.
Say that one more time.
Let me run that back. They said I feel like people don't buy what you have, they buy you. Mm-hmm. So what I mean by that is, if you notice, I could be selling body butters, and the next girl could be selling body butters, and you could be selling body butters, but they're going to come to me because they like me. They like what I'm saying. They like how I act. They like my personality. So, and the same thing comes, like, I'm not going to lie, with I Am Mastery Academy, with the whole multi-level marketing, you learn marketing like a motherfucker. Like, you learn marketing. You're going to learn. You're going to know how to sell something. You're going to know how to sell anything. Like, you literally would be calling random people in your phone, like, hey, I got something for us. You don't even talk to this person in years. Yeah. So it definitely taught you how to, like, build relationships and just get a stranger. I done got strangers from nowhere to, like, really do business with me. So
what really do you think, like, once things started picking up, like, people started just to fall off from it too?
No, what really, okay, so it really was some drama though. It was like drama with like one of the chairmen, and I don't really know exactly, like, I'm not gonna lie, the person that was closest to me, you know, was my brother, and he's really like a standoff person. Like, he's not in the mix, like, at all. So I'll ask him something and he won't even have an answer for me. So I really don't know exactly what happened, but it was some drama with some chairman, and the whole thing just fell apart, like, little by little. Like, everybody just started dropping off like flies, and at some point you had to realize, like, all right, let me get up and go to work, because this ain't gonna work.
So how did that make you feel as a leader, where you had a lot of people who, you know, you pulled into this, they invested their money into something? Because my grandmother is still blacking on me about Forex money, bro. And
that's $275. My mom was like, take it off,
bro.
But
It's just like,
let me tell you something. One thing I can say is, like I was saying that I wanted to talk to you about, like, I really do feel like it was an everyday thing and it was an identity almost. And now I do feel like I have to refine myself. But I've also spoken to a lot of different leaders and they do feel the same way that I feel, because it really was what we was doing. We was dedicated to it, every single day. It was like, it was something. So
and it was a community I built.
It was a community. And I do, but one thing I can say about my team though, the people that was on my team, I've always been real from the day one. Like, I've never been somebody that pretended like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. I've always been like, be yourself, but make money being yourself, because people, they don't want clones. They used to always say that. They used to say, oh, these forest people, they're clones. They're just doing the same thing like each other do. And I've never been a part of that, because I've always felt like you got to be you. And people know me. Like, I'm known for a specific personality. They know that I'm not the type of person. Like, I could be serious when it's time to be serious, but they know I'm about fun. Like, I'm about fun and I'm about being serious, but I'm about having fun while getting your shit done. Like, getting it together, But I definitely built good relationships with everybody on my team. Like, even yesterday, when we had karaoke, someone from my team came. Yeah, and I even, like, down to, like, it's always been genuine from day one. Like, I know her kids, and I'll hang out with my team. Like, I'll hang out with them. Like, a lot, if you notice, like, a lot of the chairmen, they used to act like they can't hang out with the people that was below them. Yeah. And I've never been that way. And it's I understand where they was coming from, because they would say, like, oh, you don't want to get too close to them because they're not going to respect you on the same level, which is understandable. But you got something to say? No. I was talking about this. I feel like it's understandable what they're saying, but I feel like people respect you more than they really know you, and they really know that they can be around you in any setting. It's like,
I don't know. I feel like I was definitely invested into it, and I saw the benefits of the company. Like, I actually I really that's insane. You really do learn. Like, you really do learn. You really do see things, and there are some skills that I took away from joining IML and just learning, about the foreign exchange market and stuff like that, and things that I take into my business itself.
Right. That's what I feel like I have to do too. I have to figure out how to take all of those skills that I did learn over that time and just, like, really incorporate it into everyday life, because you do need those skills and they were beneficial. Yeah.
But I can say is that one thing that I didn't like was, like, it was like you said, you could feel like something that wasn't transparent. Like, it was like a disconnect between, like, the higher ups and the people who were below, and it almost makes it seem like, oh, like in a business there's the 1%, and then there was 99% of people who were trying to get there. Literally. Right. So it was like, it was mirroring that same, like, you know what I'm saying?
They made it secretive, and that's one thing that I did not like. And then it's like, I was about to say it's like a cult, but I hate when people say that. But I understand what they mean, because it was almost like a cult, because it was like you got to get jumped in, like what? And it's like another thing too, and I hate to be that person, but it's like, it's different when you somebody before the money. Like, and I feel like I've always been somebody. So it's a lot of people that started getting money and they forgot that they was nobody. And it's like, you have to understand, and it's like they low-key want to be cool with you, because I got people to this day that they know what's up with me, and they want to be cool with me, and it's like, you was fronting, acting like you was so rich, and you had to like fuck with me on the low, but it's like, you know what's up, I've been somebody before. Like,
so do you see, like, any of the old, like, people who were chairman who kind of, like, don't do forex anymore? Do you see, like, them, like, deteriorating or anything, or do you think, like, they were still?
You asking me how they falling off?
No, I'm asking, like, did the company? Because at the end of the day, when you join something, you become a part of it, and it's like a transformational experience that you're supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? And then now, when you detach from that thing, it's almost like there was no other option. But the whole time in the company, they preaching entrepreneurship and stuff like that. So, like, these are questions. I'm asking questions that the people want to know. Because the people, like, because you got to think about it. Like, there were people who had their phones, people texting their phone down every single day, telling them to join something for people not to see it anymore. So now you have people throwing in their head, like, what if I invested my money into this?
I've had people that literally comment on my posts, like, do you still do Forex? I'm like, I'm going to delete your comment because you're being weird. But I can say a lot of people that I do, not a lot, a few of them, honestly, still do trading.
Okay.
I've seen, like, even my brother, he still gets up at 6 a.m. and be on the charts, because some people were really passionate about trading and they was really making good money from it. But I see a few others tapping into what they really wanted to do. And one thing that they did say that I do remember is like, they're like, oh, whether you want to be a trader or not, you can use it as a, what's that word they were saying? You can use it as like a
way to fund.
Basically, you can use it as like a stepping stone. Yeah, you can use it as leverage to get to where you want to be. And then once you get to where you want to be, you can do whatever you want to do with that money. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. But a lot of people, I do see them tap, like some of them, they really was into fashion. And now they're finally starting to, get into fashion. But sometimes if you're using that as leverage so much, and it's like, it's going to drain you before you even get to where you want to go.
Yeah.
Because there's been times that I've been like, I feel like I'm all businessed out. But it's like, girl, this is like your gift. You know what you're doing. Do it.
Yeah. But this happens to multi-level marketing, ML, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Companies all the time. So now, do you see yourself joining another one in the future?
No. I actually do know. I know someone else, a lady that this happened to as well. She was doing World Ventures. You know, World Ventures.
I heard of that one.
Yeah, World Ventures was like a vacation, multi-level marketing. Yeah. And it was cool. Actually so crazy because when I first graduated from high school, a friend of mine from high school tried to get me to go to World Ventures, but I was like, what the fuck you talking about? But then later on, it's crazy. But I don't see myself joining another MLM because I've seen what I can do and I really want to put it into my passion. Mm-hmm. And someone told me that too. I went to a business event like a year ago in Philly. And someone that I met there, he wrote me, he was like, it seems like you're, tapping into your passion more, and I like that for you. And I'm like,
yeah. One thing I do respect about you, though, I like to give people their flowers when they come on the show, right, is that whatever you put your hands on, when you become passionate about it, it always grows into something. Like, when you were in Forex, you became one of the top leaders, right? And people knew you, and not just because of your money, like you're saying, like the personality that you had and what you brought to the table and to your team and the energy that you had. So I respect that about you. Like, even when you were passionate about the e-commerce, right?
That's what I do.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a blessing and a curse, though, because I feel like I could do anything. And it's hard to know what I want to do, but that's what I can do everything.
That's how you're supposed to feel.
Everything. Like, I can, when I say anything.
But you got to take that as a blessing, because there's some people who really feel like they can't do anything. You can walk on the street right now, go outside, ask somebody, like, what is it that you're good at? Right. They can't name not one thing. You know what I'm saying? Right. You could pull out like, I could do this.
And I also now I freaking sell sneakers.
Yeah, exactly.
What am I doing here?
You know what I'm saying? And then another thing, with everything that you do, there's some type of selling into it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you're naturally becoming a salesperson. And if there's a quote, definitely. I forgot what the quote is, but it's something about like, if you can sell, if you know how to sell, you'll be able to always make money. Right. Because when it comes to making money, there's a consumer and there's a producer. Right, and in this form, you're the producer, so you'll always be on the side that's making money, right? So now, you said you had a question for me. Still remember the question?
Should have wrote it down.
Well, like you wanted to call me the other day.
Oh, I really wanted to call you, and I wanted to talk to you about that really, because it's like I forgot who I was talking to. I was talking to somebody, but I just, like I said, I feel like I have so many skills, and I'm trying to work on being consistent and really trying to channel my energy into what is going to work. And I just I love how you're taking off with Financial Revolution, and I've been here since day one. So I'm talking, I seen Financial Revolution before it even became a thing. Like, I was a part of the beginning. I helped to make the logo. I'm like, we should do this one, we should do that. And it's just like, you've been on go from day one, and that's something that I do. I give people, we're Scorpios. Scorpios give their flowers, and I just feel like you've been on go since day one, and it's just going up, up, up. Even just looking at your organic following, I'm like, this girl got more followers on her business page than her regular page, and it's I said it's just been going up, and even like with the connections that you have, like. You're seeing, when I seen you with Wall Street Trapper, I remember when you was talking about him, and it's just like, wow, it's like she's really like, she manifested that, it really came true. So I'm like, I'm inspired by that, and I want to do that. And it's just like, that's it, I want to do it. I want to do it, and I just want to be around that again, because we used to spend a lot of time together, and I'm like, you need to help me get back into my flow, because I'm telling you, after that whole fall off, it's like, what do I do every day? Like, I'm telling you, I had a set routine. Like, I'm going to do this. I wake up, I do this. I wake up, I do that. You got to really find that routine again.
What I can tell you, one thing you said earlier was that what did you say? You had said that finding what works.
Right.
One day your father, he used to be on my butt about Forex and getting people, but then after a while he saw that like he started like chilling, right? And I asked him like, oh yeah, you haven't spoken to me about Forex, man. He said, I realized that you're doing what works for you. Right. Like Forex wasn't working for you at the time, so you stop you doing it and put your energy into something that's working for you.
And then people respect it when what works for you is working.
Yep.
Like when they see you on your grind, they see you in different states, you know, building connections with different people. Nobody's gonna bother you, and it's kind of like when you start getting money. When you start getting money, nobody bothers you anymore about anything. It's sad. Yeah. But nobody bothers you about nothing when they see you on your shit. So it's like if you get on your shit, you don't give anybody a reason to talk. Yeah, you're gonna be good.
Word. And I think like that's the best thing to do. If it's something that you're really passionate and something that works, don't focus on finding a routine that you find on the internet. Don't focus on like doing like just do it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like
if you just do it, the routine will come.
With my company, I feel like it's become an identity that I've been running from. Like I'm telling you, I'll go somewhere, I'll see somebody I haven't seen in a long time. They're like, "Oh, when am I get some lemon butter?" Like, girl, ask me how I'm doing. Like it's just like it's becoming something that people do want from me, and it's like, you're good at this. Why do you keep trying not to do it? Why you don't just figure out a way to make it work? So
I think when so you're in a place right now where now there's nobody holding you accountable but you. Right. So when you're in a space where you're the only person that's being held accountable for yourself, it's now like you're in a place to make decisions on your own. Before, it's like you had to show up because you had a whole bunch of people under you. Yeah. But like if you didn't do it, it's
I had to.
You got to
do it.
Right? And I think that's another place that I'm in right now too. Is like there's people who are literally waiting to see like, when is Aaliyah gonna fall off? Is Aaliyah ever gonna stop? Where is she gonna go? I
got a caption like that for when I graduated my photo shoot. You know, little baby said, I love little baby. Bro. He was like, I've been chilling. I hope you ain't thinking I lost it,
bro. and you literally have people. So, and you also have people who are literally counting on you because your success is their success. Right? Like when you see me with Wall Street Trapper, it's not like, nah, I need to do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so like, it's just like why, like how much does it cost me to be in my bag? How much does it cost me to stop doing what I'm doing? Because it will cost me. All the people who are watching, all the people when I'm walking down the street or I go somewhere, they ask me, yo, where's my body butters? It was helping me with my burn marks. You know what I'm saying?
Literally, somebody just told me that. They just told me that her daughter told me about her daughter. I'm like, damn, I need to make some body butter for her daughter. She's like, my daughter, she need to fix her.
Exactly. So you got to start holding yourself accountable and ask yourself every day, how much does it cost you to say, yo, I'm not going to do this? Right. Like, it's days when I really don't feel like making videos or I don't feel like posting. Like you said, like, you really get lazy sometimes.
You get like in a funk. I feel like you ever heard like imposter syndrome?
Yeah, that's exactly what you get. Like, even with like,
I have terrible imposter syndrome.
Bro, let me tell you, bro. I'm doing so much right now. Like, even Jaden had to tell me, he like, yo, Lee, I think like if we just focus on one thing, we will get a whole lot of stuff done. And I'm like, yeah, Jaden, but like I'm about to go back to school, so I got to figure out how to build out a course, have episodes for the show, post content every day, get the YouTube going because I need to build my YouTube content up. So it's just like you got to just figure it out. Yeah, you got to figure it out. Like, we come here.
It sounds crazy, but it's true.
Yeah, and that's the thing about entrepreneurs. And the reason we become an entrepreneur is for the freedom, one, and also we solve problems. So you got to be able to solve your own problems first before you can solve anybody else. Right, so it's literally set a task for yourself. Like, just be like, yo, I got to get this done. So I'm creating out my course. I'll give you, for example, I created out my course. So the way my course is working is that I'm doing all these free webinars to build up content. So I'm saying, okay, I'm going to do a webinar every week. Every week I'm going to do a webinar, right? Some days I'm making a 3-day webinar. So I did a 3-day webinar, right? So I had 3 videos. Then I did another webinar. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, whatever works, do it. And keep doing it and set a task for yourself.
That's how I feel too, y'all. Like, I was on TikTok. Posting anything.
I saw you got TikTok famous.
Got famous overnight. I'm like, what? Bro, I'm like, what happened? I'm like, what happened? I'm talking about millions of views. I got 400,000 views on one video. I made $3,000 off that video. I was in my car. I got in my car and I just made a video eating the sea moss. I ate the sea moss and I got over 100 orders off that video. I didn't even say nothing. But then I'm like, I did it. I need to figure out how to do it again. It's so weird with TikTok because it's like TikTok, everything happens by mistake. But you know what? It's like every video is not going to go viral, but you got to be consistent. And it's just like, for me, I'll tell myself, okay, this video is not good enough. I'm not going to post it. Then that throws everything off. And it's like,
so
now you're not consistent.
You just said with yourself? You said everything happened by mistake. Nothing happened by mistake.
Nothing happened by mistake, but I just,
like,
I can't figure out. I'm like, I need to figure out how to do it again.
How do you mistakenly make a video and get $3,000 from it?
Can I tell you something though? That's not the first time. The first video I had made got 1 million views. And it was just like something that I didn't know that anybody was gonna care about, but they cared. And I was talking to my brother about that too, because I was telling him the same thing how I feel. Because at one point he was a mentor to me, and then it's just like, he like, you just need to be consistent. Like, you just need to keep doing what you're doing. And
don't put too much thought into stuff, bro. I realized that I was getting my most views when I didn't put thought into things. Like, even now, I'm like, what's wrong with Instagram? Like, is the algorithm out? Because I'm making all these videos and then my content is like, interaction is real low, right? So it's just like, you never know what's gonna happen. And I'll give you this perfect example. So you know how like what am I trying to say? Black History Month, I post every day different Black figures who do different things. At the time, I was only getting about 10 to 15 likes on each video. So one day it was like about to be towards the end. We probably had like 15 days left of Black History Month. I'm like, you know what? I'm not posting today. Like, I don't feel like it. People barely interacting with it. So people not even watching. Why later that evening, somebody called me like, yo, Aaliyah, why didn't you post today? I was using this every day to teach my class.
Wow. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like, you never know who's looking. I think that's the crazy part about it. You never know who's looking.
She said every day I was using this as a way to start my class, and I went to your page today to get it, and then it's almost like you on a date, and then the person don't show up. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, but I didn't know that.
Another good thing about the Instagram algorithm too is like, you can post a reel and it won't go viral until next year. Like, whatever you do, whether it be the sound, whether like anything can happen with reels, with TikToks, anything can happen. So, and then sometimes I go to some of the people that I love page, like I'll go to like Iron Legion page and stuff like that, and I'll go all the way to the bottom to get motivation to see how they started. Right? That's what I need to do. Where they are right now is not how they started. They didn't start with 1 million people. Right. They didn't start with millions of views. They didn't start with all these deals. Like, it didn't start that way. They built their way up, and right now we're in the building stages. So who are we to just want it overnight? Right. Who are we to say that we don't got to do the work like they did? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, when you put yourself and say like, yo, this is my chapter 1, this is my chapter 2, or this is my chapter 3, or this is a chapter where I'm revamping myself. This is a chapter where I'm redefining who I am. This is a chapter when I'm making a new logo, maybe. Like, look at Instagram. How many logos Instagram had? How many? I love that.
I
like that one. You see the one with like McDonald's. It had like a slide of everybody.
Exactly. So who are we to say that we supposed to just get it overnight? That's selfish in a way. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's just like, you got to put yourself and say like, this is where I'm trying to get. This is what it's going to take, and you just gotta go do it. And ask yourself like, how much would it cost me if I don't do it? How much would it cost me if I just stay in this funk? How much would it cost me if I just, you know what I'm saying? So like, really just tap into your inner self. Like, it's times when I'm just like, I don't want to do it, but then it's just like, it's like, I feel like I be telling myself I got the world on my back. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the whole world on my back. I got people who really tapped in. So like, and you got people who really tapped in with you, and they waiting to see. Especially, you also got to see too. Like, we did Forex. Right? So when you do Forex, you have people who literally like, oh, they did this.
No, I say also you have people that look up to you. Like, when I say they looked up to you, I even to this day, a girl not too long ago, she came into the store and she was like, oh, I'm just so excited to see you. Like, I was a celebrity. She was like, I'm just so happy. Like, I'm so happy to see you. I used to see you do Forex. I'm like, oh, hi. I'm like, hi. Yeah. I did not even know. I'm like, what? It's like, it was literally like a fan base at one point.
Bro. And you know what's crazy? Like, even to talk to your point, right? I went to, so Jada and I had went to the Black Money Forum not too long ago, which was on Juneteenth, and it was a whole like, just all the Black financial people were there. A whole bunch of people in the space. If I went to that, so let me tell you in a way it makes sense. I went this year And you have people, I'm wearing my Financial Revolution. You have people coming up to me like, yo, Financial Revolution, yo, I love your content so much, blah, 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 oh, blah, blah. And then people show me like, oh, this is me on Instagram. I'll be like, oh, yeah, I see you tuning in with my content. If I went there last year, nobody would have known who I am. You know what I'm saying? I go there this year, I see Mr. Ash Cash. He like, oh, what's up, Financial? You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's just like,
that's exciting.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you do the work, and in little to no time, you'll see the results, bro. Like, you'll literally see the results. And you also have to go into spaces where it's the same people in there.
I was about to say that. I was going to touch on that next. And I just feel like energy transfer is real. And I feel like one thing I can say about before is that I was around a lot of like-minded people, and it was good because we all had the same goal. We all wanted the same thing, so it was easy to be motivated and easy to be in your bag with that. But when everybody's like branched off, it's like you spending a lot of time by yourself. And you can really think yourself into a bad mood. And even like my best friend, I have a best friend, right? And she's just like the opposite of me. Like, even when it came down, it took me a long time to get her to even do Forex. It took me a long time to even get her to contact anybody. Like, she just was not the business person. Like, I was a business girl, and I can say energy transfer is real. Like, you can fall into that. I don't want to do things anymore. And you have to really like just climb, get yourself out of it.
Yeah, and sometimes you gotta understand, people come from different backgrounds, people come from different things, so they're not in a mindset to receive certain information, right? So you gotta understand, that's another thing that you can use to motivate you. You can say, yo, if I get to this level, they'll see that it works. They'll see that what I'm doing is the key. You know what I'm saying? Then they will want to do it. Like, people want to see results. Like, you have different people. You have people who, like us, who like, we don't have to see full-fledged results, right? But we just gotta see like what we gotta do, and we'll go do it. You know what I'm saying? And you got some people who tell me, yo, when you make
to be proven,
people tell me when you make $1 million from Forex, I'll join. I'll just be like, by then, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you have all types of mindsets and different people, and you have people who are in things just to be in it. You got people like, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta read the room and really
I feel
know.
like that's like it's toxic almost, because it's like people that need proof, or they need to see somebody else do it to believe that they can do it. That's never been me. I've always been the type of person. That's why it worked for me, because I'm like, I don't need to see nobody do it. I know I can do it if I want to. All I gotta do is see it in my imagination, and I can do whatever I want to do.
Exactly.
Are you gonna be going to InvestFest?
I'm not going to InvestFest this year. I'm not. But I'm sending my mom out there for me though. But yeah, I'll be going away. You going?
I wanna go, but I have a baby shower to go to that weekend.
I know you're not going to InvestFest. We're gonna talk about this off.
It's my godchild.
Hold on.
It's my godchild. And it's my sister's birthday.
We're gonna talk about this off camera. But as we close out, I definitely want to ask you the 3 questions, right? So one, what can you say is the dumbest financial mistake you ever made?
Not don't judge me. But like making a lot of money and saying to myself, okay, well, I made this amount of money, I can go buy me something nice, instead of just making the money, putting it back to my business, paying myself.
Yeah, that's a major key. No, that's a major key.
I'm so embarrassed to even say it.
No,
that has happened to me before.
No, that's not just you, bro. I was there before. There's many people who don't know how to pay themselves. There's many people who feel like, yo, as an entrepreneur, I just made this money. I just made this bag. I gotta spoil myself. You gotta spoil yourself. I fumble too many bags. And that's pieces of financial trauma. We're gonna talk about that though. Right. Now, what's your favorite lyric when it comes to money? Your favorite rap lyric?
I can't tell you right off the top of my head, but no, I do like that. I'm sorry. What is it? That was Jay-Z who said he'll sell water to a whale. Mm-hmm. I like that one.
You like that one? Yeah, she a seller.
I like that. So now, Jay-Z and Lil Baby. I like that one.
Jay-Z, Lil Baby. Yeah, we locked it.
They got the gun.
All right. Now, last question. What if you could talk to your 15-year-old, your 16-year-old self? What would you tell her?
If I could talk to her, if I could say anything to her, I would say to just continue being you, and don't get caught up in anybody else's identity. Continue to stick to what's your identity and own it, and don't be afraid to be yourself.
That was a deep one. All right, well, this was a great conversation. We definitely gonna need a part 2. And you know what I'm gonna do with this is, like, further down the line, when we up there, we gonna
Right.
come back and we gonna revamp it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? All right, so we closing out, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to the Young and Dumb Show. This is another amazing episode. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get it, y'all.
Yes. Follow me, Noelle Dash, and
Yo.
By Ellie Skin.
Yes, let's get it.